Hey, how's it going?
Hello, not too bad. What about you?
I'm doing pretty well. Where are you?
I am currently right now in Melbourne.
Oh, in Melbourne. Okay. So what time is it there?
Uh, Currently in Melbourne, it's actually 9:30 in the morning.
Oh, okay. So it's not too bad. All right.
Yes, and I couldn't have asked for a better start to the day to be speaking
Oh,
to you.
thank you. I'm very flattered. I'm
Yes.
very flattered.
Sir, before I start the interview, I wanted to say it's an absolute pleasure to be speaking to you.
Thank
And
you, my friend.
yes, my first question to you is that you played the iconic character of Mike Barnes in the Karate Kid Part 3, and then to come back in Cobra Kai in season 5, season 6. So, when you were approached to return to the role of Mike Barnes, the prospect of Mike interacting with other characters like Chozen, Lawrence, and all, what went through your mind when you were aware that you were about to play this again?
Well, first of all, it was an incredible honor to be asked to join the cast of Cobra Kai. When the show first started out, it was on YouTube Red, and it had a small, loyal following. But by the time I got on, it was on Netflix, and it had become a worldwide sensation. So I had to wait a while, but it was worth it. I've known Yuji Okamoto and I've known Billy Zabka for 30 years, and I had never worked with either of them. So I was extremely excited about the prospect of working with both of them. They're actually friends of mine, and I don't think Mike Barnes would ever have crossed paths with Chozen in the Karate Kid universe. That just probably never would have happened. And so it was incredible to have the opportunity to work with Yuji. And I think having the fight with Billy Zabka was a bucket list fight that fans wanted to see. Billy's a terrific guy. I had so much fun doing it. And then, as an actor, to be able to reprise a role 35 years later, um, when I did Karate Kid 3, I was a very, very new actor. And, now coming back 35 years later, I'm a guy that's done a couple thousand episodes of network television. I've done 25 or 30 films. So a lot more tools in the toolbox that allowed me to, I think, bring different colors and more depth to the character.
Right, appreciate it. And my next question to you is that Mike Barnes was in season 6 and everybody loved it over there too. But towards the last few episodes of Cobra Kai season 6, almost every character got a closing arc. Even the villains like John Kreese and Terry Silver, the kids, everybody.
Yeah.
So Mike Barnes wasn't there towards the end. Do you personally feel that, like, it would have been nice to have Mike Barnes towards the end? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, I mean, it would have been terrific to have been at the Sakai Taikai. Um, I from what I understand, from what the producers told me, Netflix kind of turned off the spigot with the funding, and so they just didn't have it in their budget to bring me, which I actually offered to do it as what's called a local hire, which means I would fly myself there and put myself up because that's how much I wanted to do it. But they weren't able to work it out. But listen, here's the thing, and I apply this to everything in life. I could look at being disappointed that that didn't happen, or I could look at the amazing opportunity I had to be in this incredible show and be thankful and appreciative for, what I was able to do. And that's how I choose to look at it.
Absolutely. True, true, true. And a little continuation to this question is my next question, that Mike Barnes, since he's such a fan favorite, Netflix and the makers of Cobra Kai have hinted on various spin-off shows after Cobra Kai. So I don't know if you've already been approached or anything's happened, but if there's a spin-off show on Mike Barnes, a show based on his character, what would your thoughts and opinions be on that, on a spin-off show on Mike Barnes?
Well, I think it would be incredible. I'd love to do that. I thought it'd be kind of funny if you had Chozen and Mike Barnes as roommates together, and Mike Barnes is really clean, and Chozen's like a mess and a slob, and they're two guys that are trying to navigate the dating scene at 50 years old, and maybe they're teaching karate by day and working as detectives at night. Who knows? I don't know. I think it would be a lot of fun to do any kind of spin-off. I'd be incredibly honored and excited for something like that. Who knows?
Yes, appreciate it. And my next question to you is that other than Mike Barnes, Cobra Kai, Karate Kid 3, you have been a successful actor and a producer as well. You even have an Emmy award. So, what would your advice or what insights would you give to anybody who wants to enter the entertainment industry? Since Hollywood is such a big deal and it's so hard to enter the industry, as a
Right.
veteran, what would be your
Right.
advice?
Well, my advice would be make very sure that you want to do it for the right reasons. So many kids today talk about, what do you want to do when you grow up? I want to be famous. Well, famous for what? Becoming famous is not a reason to become an actor. First of all, the chances of you becoming famous as an actor are very, very small. So you really need to go into it because you love it, because you love to perform, you love to entertain, and it allows you to express a part of your soul, which I think in life we all want to do that, right? We all want to, I've always felt that the secret to life is discovering the special gift that you have. Every one of us has it. And the meaning of life is taking that gift and using it to make the world a better place. So I'd say you need to be very, very sure that this is what you want to do, because it is so difficult and it is so competitive. If you decide that it's what you want to do, then train as much as you can, learn as much as you can about every aspect of the business, whether you're an actor, a producer, a director. And even if you're an actor, learn as much as you can about producing and directing. And if you're a director, learn as much as you can about producing and acting, because it will, understanding those different pursuits will help you in your primary pursuit. And don't take no for an answer. Just keep persisting. It's not always the person who's chosen first that becomes successful. Sometimes it's the person who's chosen third or fourth, who has the patience and the discipline. And when the opportunity comes, they're ready for it. I wasn't the first choice for Mike Barnes. They hired someone else, and then they fired him about 2 weeks later, and they brought me in. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Nobody remembers that. They just remember that I'm Mike Barnes, right? And it applies to everything in life. You need to remain focused and committed on the process of taking you to reach your goals.
Yes, true. Thank you. And I have one last question to go. That is, although I am based in Melbourne, Australia, I am originally from India. Back in India, everybody who uses Netflix, they love Cobra Kai. It's always on top on the list. So,
Oh, cool.
yeah, so since Indian films, Indian cinema is also a pretty big deal.
Oh, yeah.
By any chance, are you aware of any Indian actors or any Indian films or anything? By any chance, do you know anything about Indian movies or anything?
Well, I know that the biggest star, isn't his name Raj Khan or who's
Shah Rukh
oh
Khan.
no, Shah Khan.
Shah Rukh Khan. Shah Rukh Khan.
Shah Rukh Khan. Yeah.
Shah Rukh Khan.
Listen, India turns out some very good movies, and Bollywood is an amazing world in and of itself. I would love to do a Bollywood movie. That I would absolutely love to do it. So if there's any producers out there, Indian producers, get a hold of me on Instagram, because I'd love to come to India too. My parents have been several times, and I just find it to be such an interesting culture with so much beauty, and so mysterious to most Americans. I love Indian food too, so it would be quite an adventure to go to India and make a movie.
Yeah, actually, there's another fun fact. Your birthday, that's November 2nd, that also happens to be the birth date of Shah Rukh Khan. So you and him have the
really
birthday. Yes. No,
that's cool.
yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me that.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, I think with this my interview is done. I just want to say that it was an absolute pleasure and honor speaking to you. Thank you so very much for taking out time from your busy schedule to speak to me.
It was my pleasure, and I want to wish you all the best with everything that you're doing, and thank your audience for watching. And who knows, next time you see me, it might be in a Bollywood movie.
Hopefully, yes. Hopefully.
All right, my friend, take care of yourself.
Thank you. You too.
Okay,
Good
bye-bye.
day. Bye.
Bye.